Welcome to our channel Concept Builders by Neeraj Putadra. Do subscribe to our channel for latest videos.
So the first question that we are going to do today is about the bond valuation. Okay, so this one sum will somewhere or the other cover lot of questions that can come from bond valuation. So we will try to cover one sum and that will be at least good enough for you to try and attempt other 3 to 4 sums which are there in this sheet. So what does the sum read as? It says that based on the credit rating of the bond, Mr. Sukhram has decided to apply following discounting rates for the valuing bond. They have said that AAA is T-bill plus 3%, AA is AAA plus 2%, and A is AAA plus 3%. He is considering to invest in AA bond rupees 1000 as face value, currently selling at 1025.86. So right now, if he wants to buy this bond, he will have to shell out 1025.86 rupees from his pocket. The bond has 5 years maturity and the coupon rate is 15%. So interest that you are going to get is 15%. Payable annually. The next interest payment is due 1 year from today. So if today is 1st April 2020, so for your first interest that you are going to receive is 31st March 2022. And the bond is redeemable at par. So whenever the bond gets matured, you are going to get exactly same value as you have invested. That is the face value you are going to get back. It is not going to be redeemed at par, at discount or premium. Assume that T-bill rate is 9%. You are required to answer the following. The first thing they have told you is calculate the intrinsic value of bond. Intrinsic value of bond is nothing but the normal value of the bond. And how do you calculate the normal value of bond? What formula have you learned for calculation of value of the bond? It is present value of future cash flow. This is a formula that we have learned for calculating the value of bond. Now in this sum, what is the only tricky part is how do you calculate your YTM? So how will you calculate your YTM? See, here it is given that he is investing in AA bond. AA, what is the credit rating of AA? Credit rating of AA is AAA plus 2%.
Yeah.
AA is AAA plus 2% and AAA is T-bill plus 3%. So what is the discounting rate for AAA? Discounting rate for AAA will be 9% plus 3%, that is equals to 12%. Okay, and that's why discounting rate for AA will be how much? 12% plus 2%, that is equals to 14%. Because that is, we have given that a T-bill rate what is running in the market is 9% as on today. Okay, so I am investing in what bond? I am investing at AA bond. So my all calculations will work at AA bond. So my rate of return for discounting purpose is 14%. So now let's start the sum. So I will open an Excel sheet.
I got this question in my exam. Same.
Okay. Yeah, this is there in the IBBI suggested questions also.
Can we do it side by side? I mean, divide the screen on left and right side.
Sir,
Can we do
you
it
can, sir, then it will be not visible for your purposes.
Okay.
You can open the question in your mobile phone and then you can look it in your laptop screen for solving it.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, that will be a better way. Because if I will do, then nothing will be visible to you, sir.
Okay, thank you.
So first column I will make is year. Second column I will make is cash flow. Third column that I will be making is my present value at the rate 14%. Fourth column I will make is cash flow multiplied by present value. Till here, first we will solve the sum. Okay. So it is a 5-year bond and I am going to receive cash flow of 1000 into 15%. Okay. So these are my cash flow, and in the 5th year, what I'm going to receive is 1000 rupees back as my investment. So to calculate the present value, I have already calculated the present value factor to be 14%.
I have a question here. Sorry to interrupt. This was written, I was getting confused that it was written next interest payment is due next year. That means today first interest payment is due.
Your interest payment will become due after first, means like if you are investing on 1st April 2020, your interest is getting due after 1 year. That is, you get interest on 31st March 2021. Okay, that is what it says. कि आपने, say for example, you have invested on 1st April 2020. So after 1 year, your first interest will get due. That is 31st March 2021. Your interest will get due. So here, this is the first year interest will be like this. 0th year will be your investment that you are making will be the 0th year. Okay, I shall proceed.
Yeah.
Okay. So my formula will be 1 divided by 1 plus 14% raised to the power of the year, and I will copy paste the formula here so that it comes in all the columns. Now my cash flow into present value, this multiplied by cash flow. So now if I do a summation of this, this is my intrinsic value बोल लीजिए या फिर तो value of bond बोल लीजिए, however you want to define it. This is the value of
this one is present value, na?
this, that is called the intrinsic value also, na sir?
Column D is present value.
Yes.
The column C is present value factor and column D is present value.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. So my only request to all of you will be, see, I try to solve the sum in one particular flow. If you keep on asking me question in the middle of it, the entire flow breaks. So what you can do is you can write down the question. Once the entire question is over, the solution is over, then if you ask me, it will be better. Because then the entire flow breaks and then I only forget where I was. Okay, so that's a small request I would like to make to all the participants, that you write down, you note down your questions. When the entire sum is finished, then you ask the question, then it will be better for me to answer it. So my first answer, what was asked to me, what is the intrinsic value of bond? Then my intrinsic value of bond is 1034.33. Okay. Now the second question is it desirable investment to invest in this? So what are you paying for this investment? You are paying 1025.86. That is the money you are trying to pay for buying this investment. So if you are paying 1025.86 and you are going to receive 1034 at the end of 5th year, so you are earning more. So what had we decided when we were doing this NPV logics? What had we decided? We had decided that if your present value of inflow is more than present value of your outflow, in that case, you generally accept the project. So here what is happening? My present value of outflow is how much? 1025.86. My present value of inflow, that is my bond ka value, which came up to 1034.23. So my inflow is greater than my outflow. My inflow is greater than my outflow. So what I should be doing? I should be accepting the project. I should be accepting the project and I should invest my money into this kind of bond. Okay. Third question they have asked is, what is the current yield of the bond? Current yield ka formula kya hota hai? Current yield is, please note down. Current yield is equals to interest / coupon divided by investment amount into 100. So my coupon is how much in this case? My coupon is rupees 150. My investment is how much? 1025.86 into 100. So if you will solve it, how much you will get?
4.62. Yeah.
How much?
4.62. Yeah, 4.62%.
0.62?
14.62%. Yeah. 14.62. Yeah.
Correct. Okay. And last question is, calculate the IRR or YTM. So how will you calculate the IRR? So IRR calculate karne ke liye we had learned a formula in Excel only. So I will put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. In 0, I will put as 1025.86 negative. Okay. My cash flows I will put like this then. Okay. And then I will here put the formula for IRR open bracket, and I will link this entire column. Okay. And then I will see my IRR is coming as 14.24%. One mistake that lot of members make while calculating IRR is, what they do is they write all these things like this, and then they will make one more line item. What they do is they write 150 for 5 years, that is the interest, and they make one more 5th line item for the principal that they are going to get repaid. Okay, now if you apply the IRR formula, then the formula will throw a wrong answer. So IRR is based on the time period for which you are calculating. So each row in IRR is considered as one time period. Okay. So please do not calculate in this fashion. This is a wrong way of doing. So whatever I have highlighted in red, this is a wrong way of calculating IRR. Lot of members make this mistake and they will end up marking this as an answer in the exam. Okay. But this is not a correct way of calculating IRR. In IRR, all the line items have to be exactly in the same period in which the sum has given it to you. The case study has told you it's for 5 years. So you cannot have more than 5 years ka columns. Okay. So that's why that is how you have to calculate the IRR. Now we had discussed that IRR is that rate of return at which your NPV is 0. So now I will again show you. Say for example, I am calculating my present value at IRR. So what will be my present value at IRR? 1 divided by 1 plus 14.24% raised to the power of the year. And if I say for example log this cell here, and then I do cash flow into PV. So this multiplied by cash flow. So logically, if everything is standing good, then this should throw a value of 1025.86. So you can see that at IRR, my investment value was 1025.86 and my present value of inflow is also 1025.86. So IRR is that rate of return at which your NPV will be equals to 0. Your intrinsic value that you calculated is 1034.33. Your IRR that you calculated is 14.24. And the last thing that we calculated was a current yield. Current yield formula is nothing but your coupon interest that you are going to earn divided by the investment you have made. Okay, so that will come to 14.62%. So these are the 4 answers. Now what can happen in this same sum? They could have asked you to calculate the duration also. Okay, if they would have asked you to calculate duration, modified duration and all those things, how you will do that, I will explain you in this same sum itself. So you can calculate your duration by making one more column, cash flow into present value into time. I am hoping all of you have seen my bond video already till now. Okay.
Yes, yes.
So
It was very good.
it will be cash flow multiplied by PV multiplied by years. And I will,
we need the link for that bond video.
ma'am, it's already in the WhatsApp group. I have shared all those links today also. So cash flow into PV into T, if you will do, then it will get this value. So your duration ka value will be this divided by this. So your duration in this case will be 3.86, and your modified duration, if they ask you in this case, that is 1% change of the YTM, then what will be the duration ka amount? That will be this divided by 1 plus 14%. Okay, so then in that case, your answer will be this. So these are the only possible questions that can come out of this topic. So as of now, so this sum is a comprehensive sum which you can solve. Okay, and that is how you will get a comfort also on solving bond. What you can do is, what I would suggest all of you is to try solve specifically sum number 4 and 5. Okay, whenever you get time at your house, because these two are little bit different kind of sums. Okay, for bond, they are not generic sums of calculating the present value or calculating the duration or something like that. They are little bit different sum. They are very easy if you will if you have understood the concept. These two sums are very easy, but please try to solve it yourself. If you are unable to do, please put it on group, then I will take it up maybe on Monday. But as of now, I feel so the 2 bond sums which we have done already, they are enough for you to give the concept by which you can solve the other sums. Anuradha ji, today I have already shared the group. I will show it to you where. So in this group, you can see I have shared all the links what are available. Okay, so these are these 3 days case links. Option valuation ka link I have given, bond valuation ka link I have given, playlist for Ind AS also given, and economics also given. Apart from this, also there are many videos which you can get there. So I have given all the links. You can just scroll through the links and the playlist in the channel, and you will get all the videos there.
Neeraj, can I interrupt?
Okay, thank you, sir.
Now you can ask questions for this.
Okay, Neeraj, I just have one question. In the bond sums, the question number 5, where there is a coupon is semi-annual coupon payment. So I think there the formula changes a little bit.
Sir, nothing
And I'm not
nothing-
sure whether this all the information provided in the sum is complete, because I tried
Sir,
to
this
solve
is
it.
exactly what has come in my examination. Sir, ये तो मैंने अपनी memory से लिखा हुआ है.
Okay.
Okay, so information is sufficient in this. This is completely a sum which is coming in the examination. Whenever, say for example, you have anything which is semi-annually or quarterly, जो भी आपके पास होगा, whatever could be the information, for the sake of discussion, they can make this sum quarterly also, correct? So you have to divide it everything. So in this case, say for example, your coupon rate is 10% payable semi-annually. Okay, so you have to assume your coupon rate is 5% in that case. Okay, if you have discount rate is told as 12%, you have to assume that your discount rate is 6% and you have to solve the sum. Okay, आपको देखना है क्या लिखा हुआ है sum में. Okay, and you have to understand and answer it logically. Okay, sir, bond is one of the most easiest topic in your syllabus. Okay, if you honestly ask me, na, bond is the most easiest topic in your syllabus.
This one calculation of IRR, you have done it through the formula.
Yes, sir.
Is it available in the open office?
Yes, sir. It is available in the open office. Sir, I will not be using any formula which will not be available in open office. Do not worry about it.
Okay, thank you.
Because
Can
I
you
know
go back
in exam you
go
will.
back to the question number 5. Yes. So here you have written bond issued on 1st January 2005 for par value 1000, coupon rate 10%. So this 10% is annually, because it is not written here.
Yes, sir. That is the sir. They are not writing it everything very clearly, sir. So all those things is like they leave lot of things for students to interpret, and that is the reason I suggest ki Excel pe karo, so that if your interpretation goes wrong, also you can quickly change the other logic and see what is the right answer that can come up.
That is right. You don't have to work all this.
Redo the entire thing. Because see, if you redo the entire thing, where your time is going to get used is every time calculating the present value. Okay,
Yes,
1 divided by this, and you have to write it down, and then you again multiply and again try to solve it. It will take huge time.
Yes, that's it. Thank you.
Only exam में sir MS open office and this alt tab करते MS.
So that is one disadvantage of it. What sir correctly pointed out. Right now, see, we can do alt tab very easily. Correct. In exam hall, what happens is, because it is a logged exam. Okay, they do not want you to use anything else. Every time you will do alt tab, there will be one more screen that will open in front of you. Where you will have to press OK. So for that, what technique you should use is, once you read the question, note down all the critical information on the piece of paper that you have. Okay, and then go on Excel and solve the entire question in one go. Okay, note down all the critical information that you are getting in the paper and pen that you have got, and that is how I used to solve it, because I get very irritated. I am the one person who gets very irritated very quickly if I am not comfortable with the system that I am using. Okay, and in examination I felt that only, and after my first sum I did, the second sum I tried, I noted down all the information on a piece of paper, and then only I tried solving it.
I want modified duration. Repeat. Can you please repeat that?
Modified duration is duration divided by 1 plus R. आपका R था 14%, so duration आया था आपका 3.87. Duration divided by 1 plus R is the modified duration.
Okay.
एक बार duration पे जाइए ना सर.
नीरज जी, यहाँ पे आर में हम 15% लेंगे या कूपन रेट लेंगे या यील्ड लेंगे?
सर ये होती है डिस्काउंटिंग रेट. आपका कूपन रेट का काम खाली इंटरेस्ट कैलकुलेट करने के लिए होता है. So for a sum of bond, only use of the interest or the coupon rate is for calculation of cash flows. Apart from that, everything is calculated at the YTM only.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
सर ये जो कॉन्सेप्ट समझाया ना सर, 4007 आया ना जो.
हाँ.
Cash flow into present value into time. So that's why we are going into bond. That divided by you're dividing by 1034, you are getting 3.87.
Yes.
Just conceptually how it.
Sir, what does it mean is that you are going to, in the investment of 1000 rupees or 1025 that you have made, you will be recovering your value of the bond of the money within 3.87 years. So if the interest rate is this, if the YTM is 14%, then in 3.87 years you are going to earn your 1000 rupees back.
Okay, got it.
Okay, that is what it means. कि आपका risk, what does it in simple language, what does the duration means? In how many years your risk will get over?
Okay.
And what is modified duration on the similar lines?
Modified duration का मतलब what happens is when your YTM changes by 1%, अगर if your YTM is changing by 1%, then what is the percentage by which the value of bond will change? That is the meaning of modified duration.
सर मॉडिफाइड ड्यूरेशन का फॉर्मूला है मतलब 1 + YTM ड्यूरेशन बाय 1+. तो सर यहाँ पे आपने वो 14% क्यों ले लिया है कूपन रेट?
मैम 14% ही तो YTM है मेरा.
सर 14.24 है ना?
नहीं, YTM मेरा तो 14, प्रेजेंट वैल्यू तो 14% ही है, कूपन रेट तो मेरा 15% था.
ओके सर, ओके ओके.
हाँ, डिस्काउंटिंग रेट. हाँ, डिस्काउंटिंग रेट. यहाँ पे जो मेरी डिस्काउंटिंग रेट होगी मेरे को वही लेनी पड़ेगी.
यहाँ पे इनका मतलब था कि करंट यील्ड से मतलब था शायद इनका 14.24.
14.24 करंट यील्ड है. ठीक है.
तो सर एक सॉरी टू यील्ड बॉन्ड में एक तो करंट यील्ड है, then the YTM is there and coupon rate is there. 3 rate will be there.
Yes sir. So I think so now we can move to the next sum. Okay, so this sum we have already done. This is a theoretical sum. This sum we did. FCFF mean median mode also done. This question
theoretical sum भी बहुत बड़ा है, एक आता है बहुत यार. एक
हाँ सर, एक आता है प्रियंका वाला, उसका आंसर मैं आपको दे दूंगा, बहुत सिंपल है. डू नॉट, आई डोंट वांट टू, उसमें कुछ भी कॉन्सेप्ट नहीं है. आई डोंट वांट टू वेस्ट टाइम ऑन दैट.
वो पढ़ने को 10 मिनट जाते हैं.
हाँ, ये वाला ही सम है. ये प्रियंका इज अ ट्रांसपोर्ट सेक्टर. दिस इज अ थ्योरेटिकल सम.
हाँ, ये भी एक है. हाँ, ये भी एक है.
Okay, now we will do a binomial sum. Okay, so this is a very simple binomial sum. For a complicated binomial sum, I thoroughly request you all कि आप लोग मेरा binomial का video देख लीजिए. Okay, what is the, I cannot explain the concept of binomial to you here. The reason being because it will take minimum half an hour for me to make you understand the concept of binomial. And if I do that, then I will not be able to solve case studies. And our purpose here is case studies. So for understanding the concept of binomial or Black-Scholes, you will have to go through the video what I've already posted. Here we will solve the entire sum. So let's start our sum for binomial. How does the binomial work? I will just start little bit logic about binomial and then I will start the sum so that you guys can take reference of that and solve the sum. So how does the binomial model work? Binomial model assumes that there is a price of the share is S0, say for example right now. It can go up or it can go down. It says that there will be two possibilities of a share price to happen. Either it will go up or it will go down. So if it goes up, the value will be SU, and if it goes down, the value will be SD. Okay, how this SU SD is calculated, that's a separate story altogether. Okay, and probability for going up is P and probability of going down is 1 minus P. Okay, so this is the information that will be generally provided to you. Basis this thing, the formula for binomial. What is the formula? Value of option is equals to probability multiplied by SU minus K plus 1 minus probability multiplied by SD minus K. So this is the formula for binomial. Now, what is this SU minus K and SD minus K? So say for example, you have a call option. When do you exercise a call option? You exercise a call option when your market price of share is greater than your exercise price of share. Okay, that is the time when you are going to exercise your call option. So say for example, I give you a question that if your market price of share is rupees 100 and your exercise price is rupees 70, will you execute the call option? Answer will be yes, you will execute, and the value of option will be 30 rupees. Okay, so what does this 30 rupees mean? That option value is 30, and if I have to denote it, how can I denote it? I will write it as market price of the share minus the exercise price. So here, if you look at the formula, what I have done, I have tried and checked at both the different rates of market price, that is SU and SD, whether I will be executing this particular option or not. So if my price is SU and minus K, I will check whether I will be executing yes or no. If it is a call option, I will check it. If you are executing, I will place a value here. I will multiply it with the probability of going up. Then I will come to SD minus K. I will come and check whether I'm executing this or not. If I'm not executing this, then this will be 0. Because if I'm not executing a call option, then the value of call option is 0. Okay. So in that case, I will multiply 0 into 1 minus P. That will be equals to 0. So answer will be, in that case, only this particular part. Okay. Now what K is? K is the exercise price. K is the exercise price at which you are going to exercise this particular option. So this is a basic of binomial. Detailed explanation is already in the video, so you will have to go through there, because uske liye I can't waste time here. So now I will try to solve the sum. Try to follow it as much as possible. After the class, you can see the video once. This entire sum will become crystal clear to all of you. So let's read the sum first. A stock indexed at 5,000 points, there is a 50% probability that it will change up by 20 points and go down by 10 points in every month. Consider a European call option on the index. Exercise price is 5020. Okay. So what all information has been given to me? I am noting it down first. Okay. So information that has been given to me is, my exercise price that has been given to me is 5020. My strike price, sorry, my share price that has been given to me is 5,000. And price going up is given to me by 20 points. Price going down is given to me by 10 points. Okay. Duration that has been given to me is 3 months. So how you will construct this sum? It is a beautiful construction. Pay 100% focus. बहुत easy है, बहुत मजेदार sum है ये. Okay. So I will start with my S0. My S0 is how much? 5,000 rupees. Okay. From here I will go to first month number 1. Okay. Month 1 में क्या होगा? It will go up, then it will become 5,020. It will go down, then it will become 4,990. ओके यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है? ये हो रहा है 5,000 प्लस 20 रुपीज. यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है? 5,000 माइनस 10 रुपीज. ओके. नाउ कम्स टू मंथ नंबर 2. मंथ 2 में क्या होगा? दिस वैल्यू विल अगेन गो अप. इट विल बिकम 5040 और इट विल गो डाउन. इट विल बिकम 5010. This value 4090 will go up. It will become 5010, or it will go down. It will become 4980. Now what will happen at the month 3? Month 3 में क्या होगा? This particular number will again go up 5060. It will go down 5030. This will go up 5030. This will go down 5,000. This will go up 5030. This will go down 5,000. This will go up 5,000, and this will go down 4970. So till here the construction is clear to all of you. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Now I will make one column and I will name the column as S minus K. Okay, this is the stage at which I will check whether I am executing it or not executing it. So what was given in the sum? This is a European call option. Okay, when do I execute a call option? I execute is when my S is greater than my K. That is, my market price of share is greater than the exercise price. That is the time I execute a call option. So if I have to put that information here, so in the first case, my market price of the share is 5060. My exercise price is 5020. Well, will I execute? Answer is yes. I will execute it. My value of the bond, my value of the option will be ₹40. In second case, 5030, yes, I will execute it. My value will be how much? 10 rupees. Yes, I will execute. Value will be 10 rupees. No, I will not execute. So value will be 0 rupees. Yes, I will execute, value will be 10 rupees. No, no, and no. I will not execute all these things. Okay, so this is my value of SU minus K. The formula that we had learned was what? Probability into SU minus K plus 1 minus probability into SD minus K. Okay, so what is happening? This is SU, this is SD, this is SU, this is SD, this is SU, this is SD. एक ऊपर का price है and one is the down price. So now I have to multiply the probability with it. So probability, what has been given to us in the sum, that probability is 0.5. So if the probability of going up is 0.5, what will be the probability of going down? Probability ka total is always 1. So if it going up is 0.5, so going down is also 0.5. So I will multiply this by 0.5 into 0.5 into 0.5 into 0.5. So what I will get for this, I will get 20. For this, I will get how much? 5, 5, 0, 5, 0, 0, 0. Okay, now this is the value on the month number 3. This is the value that I have on month number 3. Now what will happen is, now I will go back to month number 2. Now I have to calculate for month number 2. Sir, the probability is for each instance. It's not going to get divided by number of year. Probability is for each instance in binomial. It will never get divided. Now I will go to month number 2. So what we did for going from month number 2 to month number 3, we blew out. हम लोग ने ये जो एरोस बनाए आप देख सकते हैं, ये ब्लू आउट हो रहे हैं, बाहर की तरफ जा रहे हैं. अगर मगरमच्छ का मुंह है, if it's a face of a crocodile, it is opening the face here. So now once we are going, we did from month 1, month 2, month 3. Now we are going from month 3, month 2 and month 1. Okay, so if I have to do that, then how will it happen? So this, I will close my brackets. I will close my bracket. This will be 25. This will be 5. This will be 5. And this will be 0. Now I will again multiply them by the probability. So this will be multiplied by 0.5, 0.5, 0.5 and 0.5. So what value I will get for the month 2? That will be 12.5, 2.5, 2.5 and 0. Now I will go back to my first month, that is month 1. Month 1 mein I will again close the loop. This and this I will add, that is 15 rupees. This and this I will add, that is 2.5 rupees. And that again I will multiply it by 0.5. Again I will multiply it by 0.5. This will come as 7.5. This will come as 1.25. So my final value of the particular option is going to be 8.75. So if it is a call option, this is going to be 8.75. I would sincerely request all of you, please take a screenshot of this, because basis this, you will have to solve the second question, which is your homework, which is how do you calculate value of the put option. So that will be your homework, because I cannot solve call and put both, then we will not be solving more sums. So this is your homework, that you will solve the put option wala question in the home.
Question is,
हाँ सर बताइए.
So why are you starting from month 3 and not starting from month 1?
Because sir, my opening is, sir, see, that is how the binomial is structured. It is called as binomial tree model. Okay, so as many branches keeps on happening, I will have to work as per the branches of it. As and when a new branch occurs, I will have to close that branch first, and then only I can go to the earlier branch. Okay, so I have reached till month 3, then I will have to close the month 3 first, then go to month 2, and then go to month 1. I cannot directly jump to month 1.
So this will be a ridiculous question if we look. So like what we did for the month 3 probability arrive S minus K, why we are not doing for M2 5040 arriving at that way?
Sir, because I have already calculated. Because sir, if the sum was for only 2 months, okay, then I would have closed it at M2 and I would have done that. But because the sum is for 3 months, that is how the binomial is also structured, sir. It will only last stage जो है वहां से your opening will start. Okay, If it was for 2 years, 2 months, then I would have started my opening from month 2. If it was for 1 year, 1 month, then I would have started my opening at month 1.
सर एक और लास्ट क्वेश्चन, इसमें ना कंफ्यूजन एक रहता है, करंट प्राइस, मार्केट प्राइस एंड स्ट्राइक प्राइस.
Okay. So see, your market price and the current price is always same. Okay. जैसे हमारे केस में 5000 was the current price and 5000 is the market price. Okay.
Okay.
Strike price is K, that is 5020 was our strike price. But because it's a binomial sum, what we did, we calculated so many. We calculate how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 different market prices also. So these are 8 new market prices that we calculated for the binomial sum.
I got it. S minus K आपने जो निकाला सर, yes 40 rupees. That is my in. What is the terminology in the option?
That is S का terminology जो होता है, S को हम लोग बोलते हैं market price of the share. What is my S? It's the terminology exactly that is used in the formula is this one. Below, if you can see the question,
SU,
P into SU minus K and then 1 minus P into SD minus K. वो तो सर यहाँ पे there are 8 options that I have to make the sum in a tabular way. Otherwise, if it is only 1 month का question, then I would have made it in a floating way, and there I would have used this formula and I have to calculate that.
सर नहीं समझ गया सर. 40 रुपीज जो बोलते हैं ना, तो अराइव द प्रीमियम, इसको ऑप्शन के तरह 3 है ना, ऑप्ट इन, ऑप्ट आउट और 0 को देयर इज अ, इफ यू
in the money, out of the money,
in
and
the
at
money,
the
out
money.
the, this is in the money. 40 rupees is in the money.
Yes, 40 rupees is in the money.
40 रुपीज का कैलकुलेशन कैसे बॉस?
Sir, 5060 minus 5020.
So 5060. Now let us come to sir this example. 5000 is the current price. So 5060 को क्या बोलते हैं? 5020 is
sir, that is the SU, na? That is what I'm saying. That is SU.
Probable price after 3 months.
That is the SU. That's why I told you, sir. You will have to see the binomial video for this, for all the proper understanding.
I have a question. If I slightly change the probability from 0.5, 0.5, then how we will do this M2 calculation towards the end?
Ma'am, give a numerical digit. Give a numerical. What do you want to change?
No, if probability of up is say 0.4 and down is 0.6.
Okay.
So how you will do it?
So every time it will be like this. See, whatever is the first one is the up one, then below one is the down one. Up, down, it will move in the same frequency. So then in that case, I would have done is 40 into 0.60, 10 into 0.40 I would have done. If going up probability was 60, then I would have done into.
But
40.
after, once I have reached to 25, with what?
So see ma'am, see, you have to, that's why I have drawn in different colors. Na? If you will see this entire notation, this first notation, which is this, ये वाला जो है, ये जो मैंने ब्रैकेट किया, आप ये देखिए ये कहां से आया, ये यहां से स्टार्ट हुआ है, ये क्या था, ये अप वैल्यू थी, दिस इज द अप वैल्यू. ओके, ये वाला नोटेशन ये कहां से आया है, इससे आया है, ये क्या थी, दिस इज डाउन वैल्यू. Okay, that is how you have to interpret and do the sum. That is why I have done in such a graphical manner. Excel pay if I will do, you will not understand anything, and that is the reason I have done it in such a graphical manner.
My question is
my probability changes. So which probability I will take here? 25 into 0.5 I have taken. So if I change probability 0.4,
then you will multiply 25 into 0.4. No, if your probability of up is 0.4, then you will multiply 25 into 0.4 and then 5 into 0.6.
But this, sorry to interrupt, but this 25 includes up and down both.
Yes, so but that is the movement, ma'am. See, that is what is binomial. That is a movement. From here, it has gone, it has lived that movement of month 3. It has from there, you have moved it to month 1. Now, month 2. Now you will resonate this point with this point. This is resembling to the up movement. Okay, so now you will see this is a up movement, so you will multiply with the up probability. This is a down movement, so you will multiply with a down probability. Again, coming to this one, third one, this is again a up movement. You see, this was a up movement. So this, you will take this and you will multiply with the up probability. This is a down movement, so you will again resonate with the down movement here and you will multiply with the down probability. Whatever it is given in the sum, you will have to accordingly resonate.
Can you
Excuse me. I'm still stuck on this calculation of S minus K. Can you just again repeat it?
If you are stuck at calculation of S minus K, I will just tell you once. It is nothing but 5060 minus 5020. This is 5030 minus 5020.
That's okay. That's okay.
5030 minus 5020. This is way, sir, whenever you have a call option which you want to execute, your execution will happen your market price of the share minus exercise price at which you will judge whether you are going to execute or not going to execute. Okay.
That is right.
Yeah. So
Neeraj ji,
now your market price of share is 5060. So for execution, you will have to check 5060 minus K, that is 5020. Whether it is coming positive, yes, then you will execute. If it is coming negative or zero, you will not execute it.
Neeraj ji, I have a question. Can we do it on Excel, this exercise?
It is already done on Excel. I will share it with you.
Okay, we will do that. And one more thing, can you go back to the sheet?
Yeah.
Time, we will not take into account time value of money.
If we change the madam has asked this question, if we change this probability,
yes.
So then how do you calculate M2? Because till this
I will just show you. Okay. If
yes,
I had to calculate, say for example, my probabilities were 0.6 for going up and 0.4 for going down.
Right.
Okay. Right. Then what I would have done is, in that case, let me remove all this part.
Yes, ये थोड़ा सा इसको क्लियर कर दीजिए.
सर आप लोग प्लीज आज बाइनोमियल का वीडियो देख लीजिएगा, अदरवाइज वी आर जस्ट स्पेंडिंग टाइम ऑन दिस.
डेफिनेटली.
ओके, देन आई वुड हैव डन, दिस इज माय अप वैल्यू, सो इसको मैं करता 0.6 से मल्टीप्लाई, इसको 0.4 से 0.6 0.4 0.6 0.4 0.6 0.4. So then my what would have come, 40 into 0.6 कितना आता, 40 into 0.6 आता 24 रुपीज, फिर आता ये 4 रुपीज, फिर 6 आता, फिर इसको तो मैं एग्जीक्यूट करता ही नहीं तो ये 0 आता, ये कितना आता 6 आता,
6
ये
0 0 0
0. मेरी वैल्यूज क्या होती फिर, then I would have added this to 28, this to 6, this to 6, this to 0. Now I would have multiplied this with 0.6,
again
this with 0.4, this with 0.6, this with 0.4. तो ये कितना आता, हाँ
ये जो 28 multiplied by 0.6 है ना, इसको because this consists of 0.6 and 0.4.
But sir, that is what I'm trying to explain is you have to resonate this with the corresponding. So आप ये green को green के साथ resonate करो. ये 28 जो है ये green है, इसको ये 5040 से resonate करो. ये 5040 कौन सी value है? It is a up value.
Okay, up value, right?
हाँ. So you will have to multiply with the up value. So 28.6 into 0.60, it will be 16.8. Okay, now 6 into 0.4. Now resonate this part with this part, this 5010.
Okay.
Okay, that is a down value.
Down value.
हाँ, so I will multiply it by 0.4.
Okay.
So 6 into 0.4, that I will get 2.4.
Right.
Okay. Now again I will multiply this 6 by this 6 represent this 5020, which is a up value.
5010.
5010. So 6 into this 3.6 करूंगा मैं, ये तो 0 आएगा. Now once one, what I will do, I will again close this two loops and close this two loops. So 16.8 plus 2.4 आएगा मेरा 19.2 आएगा
3.6.
और ये कितना आएगा मेरा 3.6. अब मैं क्या करूंगा, अब मैं ये 19 को इसके कॉरेस्पॉन्डिंग ब्लू के साथ रेजोनेट करूंगा. ये 19 क्या है, दिस इज दिस विथ रिप्रेजेंटिंग टू दिस ब्लू, दिस इज अप वैल्यू, तो इसको मैं 0.6 से मल्टीप्लाई करूंगा. ये मेरा जो है ये डाउन वैल्यू, तो इसको मैं 0.4 से मल्टीप्लाई करूंगा. तो मेरा आंसर क्या आएगा, 19.2 into 0.6, तो ये आ जाएगा 11.52. एंड 3.6 मल्टीप्लाइड बाय 0.4, तो ये आंसर आ जाएगा 1.44.
राइट.
दोनों को ऐड कर दीजिए 11.52, तो योर आंसर विल बी 12.96 इन दैट केस.
This will be the present value.
This will be the value of the option. This is not the present value of the option.
Yes,
this is value of the option. Present value निकालना है तो आपको इसका present, this is the future value of the option. इसको present value करने के लिए 1 plus r raised to the power time आपको करके निकालना पड़ेगा. But इस सब में वो सब information दी नहीं गई है, so you cannot calculate that.
Okay, right.
सर अगर उसमें ये information नहीं दी गई है तो हम इस पे पुट कॉल पैरिटी थ्योरी लगा के सेकंड यूरोपियन पुट का सेकंड का आंसर नहीं निकाल सकते. वी हैव टू कैलकुलेट लाइक दिस अगेन.
मैम आपको एग्जाम में एक ही पूछा जाएगा.
अच्छा,
एग्जाम में आपको एक ही पूछा जाएगा. वो तो मैंने आपको, मेरे को तो आपसे प्रैक्टिस करवानी है ना. तो इसलिए मैंने दोनों देके रखे हैं आपको, क्योंकि एग्जाम में
अच्छा वैसे नहीं, तो अगर इसमें अब रेट नहीं गिवन, अगर रेट दिया होता,
हाँ,
प्रेजेंट वैल्यू फैक्टर
हाँ
दिया
मैम,
होता,
रेट दिया
तो
होता
मैं
तो आप पुट
उसको
कॉल
निकाल
पैरिटी
के
लगा सकते हैं। हाँ
हाँ फिर लगा सकते थे,
हाँ
अदरवाइज तो नहीं निकलेगा ना
हाँ
सर।
Can you show the Excel sheet of this once?
यस यस। देखिए एक्सेल शीट में पूरा ऐसे कलर की तरह ही बनाया हुआ है। ओके, तो यू कैन यूज दिस एंड यू कैन गेट द आंसर ऑल्सो। कॉल का पुट का दोनों का बनाया हुआ है।
राइट।
सर एक इसमें प्रोबेबिलिटी हर एक मंथ की अलग अलग नहीं हो सकती ना, कि वो भी हो सकती है
सर तीनों मंथ की प्रोबेबिलिटी भी अलग हो सकती है।
हो सकती है।
यस, तीनों मंथ्स की प्रोबेबिलिटी M3, M2, M1 तीनों की प्रोबेबिलिटी भी अलग हो सकती है। देन यू विल हैव टू मल्टीप्लाई विद रिस्पेक्टिव अप एंड डाउन प्रोबेबिलिटी।
करेक्ट।
एंड वो जो होता है वो हाई लेवल बाइनोमियल सम होता है, वो भी आपके सिलेबस में है। ओके, वो मैंने, हाँ सर, वो भी आपके सिलेबस में है। वो मेरा बाइनोमियल का वीडियो में आपको मिल जाएगा।
ऑप्शंस में से अप्रोक्सीमेटली कितने मार्क्स का क्वेश्चन पेपर आता
आपको
है?
बोला ना, कल भी मैंने बोला था, अगर ऑप्शन से आ गया तो आपका आराम से 8 से 9 मार्क्स उठा के जाएगा।
ये एग्जाम क्वेश्चन ही है।
ये एग्जाम क्वेश्चन ही है।
ये बहुत बार आ चुका है मेरे को, सेम टू सेम आया था।
ये एग्जाम क्वेश्चन ही है, और ये आएगा तो 6 मार्क्स का आएगा। ठीक है, सो नाउ वी विल सॉल्व वन मोर केस स्टडी फॉर ऑप्शन वैल्यूएशंस ऑफ अंडर बाइनोमियल।
इसके मुझे थर्ड एंड फोर्थ पॉइंट बता दो, उसमें थ्योरी में कंफ्यूजन होती है।
ओके, अंडर वैल्यूड एंड ओवर वैल्यूड। ओके ओके,
यस यस सर, यस।
हां, वो भी एक अच्छा क्वेश्चन है।
सो हु आस्क्ड दिस क्वेश्चन? आई वांट टू नो दैट।
सर मैं दिव्या
जी। ओके,
दिव्या बोल रही हूँ।
हाँ दिव्या जी, आप फीमेल हो, करेक्ट?
यस सर।
तो आपको अगर सेल दिखता है तो आप क्या करते हो?
मतलब
अगर आपको सेल दिखता है, सेल 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 मतलब कोई आइटम सेल पे है तो आप क्या करते हो?
I want to purchase that.
Want to purchase that. और अगर कोई चीज सेल पे नहीं है तब आप परचेज नहीं करते हो उसको, अगर आपकी रिक्वायरमेंट नहीं है तो?
यस बिल्कुल सर।
करेक्ट। तो यही थ्योरी आपको यहाँ पे लगानी है। अगर कोई चीज का प्राइस अंडर वैल्यूड होता है, ओके, इफ अ प्राइस इज अंडर वैल्यूड देन यू विल परचेज दैट आइटम। ठीक है, इफ द प्राइस इज ओवर वैल्यूड देन यू विल सेल द आइटम। ठीक है, यही कॉन्सेप्ट, ये हम इंडियंस लोग के लिए बना हुआ कॉन्सेप्ट है। हमारे सबके साथ यही होता है कि हमारे पास चीजों की जरूरत नहीं होती है हमें, फिर भी हम क्या करते हैं, हम देखेंगे कोई सेल चल रहा है, कहीं डिस्काउंट चल रहा है, तो व्हाट वी विल एंड अप डूइंग इज वी विल एंड अप बाइंग इट। Okay, we will irrespective of we need or we do not need, we will end up buying it because we feel कि ये चीज अंडर वैल्यूड है, ये चीज जितने में मिल रही थी उससे कम में मिल रही है, मैं ले लेता हूँ इसको। ओके, वेरेस अगर आपको कोई चीज महंगी मिल रही होती है तो आप उसको बाय नहीं करते हो। से फॉर एग्जांपल एक शेयर प्राइस है, आपका शेयर है जो आज के दिन में वो 12 रुपया का है, बट वो ओवर वैल्यू ट्रेड हो रहा है, वो आज ट्रेड हो रहा है मार्केट में 15 रुपया में, तो आप क्या करेंगे? यू विल नॉट वेट फॉर इट टू करेक्ट इटसेल्फ, यू विल से कि भाई मैं आज ही आज इसको बेच देती हूँ बिकॉज आज ये ओवर प्राइस्ड है, ये ज्यादा में ट्रेड कर रहा है, मैं इसको आज बेच देती हूँ। सिंपल एग्जांपल, आपके पास एक जैकेट था, आपने खरीदा था उसको 4000 रुपीज में, आपके एक फ्रेंड ने आपको आपका जैकेट देखा, आपसे पूछा कि उसको आपसे जैकेट खरीदना था, वो ही वाज रेडी टू पे यू 6000 आल्सो फॉर दैट जैकेट। विल यू वेट फॉर योर फ्रेंड टू गो टू द मार्केट एंड चेक द करेक्ट प्राइस ऑफ द जैकेट, और आप उसी समय उसे डील कर लोगे और उसको बेच दोगे 6000 रुपया में? आप उसी समय डील करके उसको 6000 रुपया में बेच दोगे। तो जहां पे कोई भी चीज ओवर वैल्यू हो रही होती है आप उसको सेल करते हो, कहीं पे भी कोई चीज अंडर वैल्यू होती है आप उसको परचेज करते हो।
ठीक है सर, जैसे अब इसका मतलब हमें अब यूरोपियन पुट की सेकंड का आंसर क्या है सर, बता दो, भी सॉल्व नहीं किया है।
हाँ,
तो उसके
मैं
अकॉर्डिंग
आपको
हम
बताता हूँ।
सोच लेते हैं।
देखिए यहाँ पे इसका आंसर है 13.75। तो ये क्या है? ये थ्योरेटिकल कैलकुलेशन है।
सर मैं बताऊं, जस्ट एक सेकंड की मेरा क्लियर हो जाए सर, कि इसका मतलब ये है कि मेरे को जो पुट है उसकी वैल्यू 13.75 है, तो अगर मेरे पास 11 की ऑप्शन वैल्यू 11 है तो मेरे को पहले 13.75 मिल रहा है, दैट्स व्हाई। मतलब सर आप थोड़ा बताओ।
मैम आपका ये आपका थ्योरेटिकल प्राइस है 13.675, ओके, बट वो ट्रेड हो रहा है 11 रुपया में, तो ये क्या हो रहा है? वो सस्ते में ट्रेड हो रहा है। सस्ते में अगर कोई चीज ट्रेड हो रही है तो आप क्या करोगे? आप उसको अंडर वैल्यूड है, आप उसको बाय पुट कर दोगे। आप बाय पुट करके उसको अपने स्टॉक में ले लोगे, जब उसकी एक्चुअल वैल्यू 13 रुपीज रीच कर जाएगी तब आप उसको बेच दोगे और आप 2 रुपीज 75 पैसे का प्रॉफिट बुक करोगे। ओके अगर वैल्यू 18 होती, आपकी थ्योरेटिकल वैल्यू आई थी 13.75 एंड उसकी वैल्यू आज के दिन पे मार्केट में ट्रेड हो रही है 18 रुपीज की, एंड इफ यू आर होल्डिंग दिस पर्टिकुलर आइटम देन व्हाट यू विल डू, यू आर ओवर वैल्यूड आइटम, सो यू विल सेल दिस पुट ऑप्शन, आप उसको सेल कर दो।
ठीक है सर, क्लियर।
हाँ
थैंक यू।
ठीक है, सो अब हम लोग केस स्टडी नंबर 11 करते हैं। थोड़ा हम लोग फटाफट करेंगे बिकॉज मेरे को आज और एक केस स्टडी आप लोग की कंप्लीट करवानी है। इंडियन स्टार्टअप बाइज IDFC शेयर एट 72.8 रुपीज। तो उसने एक बंदे ने एक शेयर खरीदा है 72.8 रुपीज में 15 अक्टूबर 2017 को विद द इंटेंट ऑफ होल्डिंग इट फॉर अ पीरियड ऑफ 1 ईयर। उसका मन था, ओके उसका मन था कि मैं 1 साल के लिए इसको होल्ड करूं। Dividend rate was 2.11 per year. Investor actually sells the shares on 5th November 2017 for 69.52. ठीक है, the investor notes the following additional fact: no dividend was paid between 15th October to 5th November. And फिर और कुछ इंफॉर्मेशन है जिसके ऊपर हम लोग बाद में आएंगे। पहला क्वेश्चन पूछा गया पीरियड ऑफ होल्डिंग। सो मैंने शेयर्स खरीदे थे 15th अक्टूबर 2017 को, मैंने बेच दिए वो शेयर को, कब बेचे मैंने 5th नवंबर 2017 को। तो मेरा पीरियड ऑफ होल्डिंग कितना हुआ, इन दोनों को मैं माइनस करूंगा तो इट विल कम टू 21 डेज। तो 21 डेज इक्वल्स टू हाउ मेनी वीक, 3 वीक्स। तो फर्स्ट का आंसर इज 3 वीक्स। ओके, पहले क्वेश्चन नंबर 3 सॉल्व करते हैं, फिर 2 पे आएंगे। 2 इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट ऑफ द सम, सो 2 पे लास्ट में आते हैं। व्हाट इज द रियलाइज्ड यील्ड और लॉस? सो यू हैव परचेज, आपका सेल्स कंसिडरेशन कितना था? You have sold it for 69.52. You had purchased it for 72.08. तो आपने लॉस कितने का किया? 72.08 माइनस 69.52, तो आपने लॉस किया रुपीज 2.56 का। तो आपका परसेंटेज लॉस कितना हुआ? 2.56 डिवाइडेड बाय 72.08, तो ये आपका कितना आ गया? दैट इज इक्वल्स टू 3.55% नेगेटिव में। ओके, दैट इज 3.55% नेगेटिव। ओके, अब आप लोग मेरे को एक आंसर, एक कॉन्सेप्ट समझिएगा एंड फिर मेरे को आंसर दीजिएगा।
इसमें हमें ये तो दिया नहीं हुआ कि ये हमें क्लीन प्राइस या फिर डर्टी प्राइस, लाइक
मैम उतना डिटेल में नहीं जाएंगे हम लोग सम को उसकी वैल्यू पे लेंगे। हम लोग ये नहीं सोचेंगे क्लीन प्राइस डर्टी प्राइस, हम लोग फिमडा को यहाँ पे नहीं लाएंगे। सम का जो वो वर्चुअल है उसी पे उसको जज। अब आप मेरे को एक बात बताइए कि आपने एक शेयर खरीदा था से फॉर एग्जांपल 100 रुपया पे, ठीक है, आपने उसको बेचा 130 रुपये पे और आपको उसमें डिविडेंड मिला 3 रुपए का से फॉर एग्जांपल, तो आपका टोटल अर्निंग कितना हुआ? 33%, 33 रुपीज। ओके, सो मैं बोल सकता हूं कि आपका एक्सपेक्टेशन था जब आपने ये 100 रुपया खरीदा था, तब आपका एक्सपेक्टेशन क्या था कि आपको ये शेयर 33% रिटर्न देगा। कैन आई से दिस?
How can you pre-decide about it?
Because I know the dividend. मेरे को ये डिविडेंड पता है। ओके, मेरी एक्सपेक्टेशन, आई एम सेइंग मेरी एक्सपेक्टेशन ये है। आई एम जस्ट गिविंग यू दिस नंबर टू एलोबरेट कि ये एक्सपेक्टेशन का मतलब क्या होता है। मैं अगर आपको डायरेक्टली बोलूं कि मेरा 33% रिटर्न का एक्सपेक्टेशन था एंड मेरा डिविडेंड 3 रुपया मिला और मैंने उसको 130 में बेचा, तो मेरा 33% का एक्सपेक्टेशन फुलफिल हुआ कि नहीं? हुआ। ओके, नाउ अगर मैं आपको बोलता हूं कि आपने 72.08 रुपीज में शेयर्स खरीदे थे एंड आपकी एक्सपेक्टेशन थी 8.7% अर्न करने की। ओके, अगर आपकी एक्सपेक्टेशन थी 8.7% अर्न करने की, देन आई कैन से दैट इस एक्सपेक्टेशन में एक पार्ट आपका डिविडेंड का होगा एंड एक पार्ट आपका होगा प्राइस अप्रिसिएशन का। ठीक है, तो इन दिस फर्स्ट केस आपका डिविडेंड का एक्सपेक्टेशन क्या था? 3 डिवाइडेड बाय 100 दैट इज 3%। हमारे केस में हमको डिविडेंड दिया हुआ है 2.11, तो मेरा क्या होगा डिविडेंड का एक्सपेक्टेशन?
2.11 डिवाइड बाय 72.08।
2.11 डिवाइडेड बाय 72.08, तो ये कितना आएगा? ये आएगा आपका
2.91.
2.92। तो मेरा प्राइस एक्सपेक्टेशन कितना होगा? 8.77% माइनस 2.92, तो दिस माइनस 8.77, तो 5 पॉइंट समथिंग आएगा,
5.84,
5.78,
2.85.
तो ये आएगा। अब हम लोग क्वेश्चन पढ़ते हैं। हमारा क्वेश्चन क्या था? हमें बोला था if we expect IDFC Bank to be fairly priced, then how much price appreciation that investor is expecting? तो हमने वही कैलकुलेट किया। हमारा प्राइस एक्सपेक्टेशन कितना था? 15.77। इसको हमने कैसे कैलकुलेट किया कि हमारी टोटल एक्सपेक्टेशन थी 8.7%, इसमें से हमने डिविडेंड के थ्रू हमने कितना अर्न किया? 2.1 डिवाइडेड बाई 72.08, तो वो आया था हमारा 2.92%। तो रिमेनिंग जो बच गया वो हमने यहाँ पे मान लिया वो 5.77 है, विच इज 8.7 माइनस 2.92। ठीक है। द लास्ट पार्ट, व्हाट इज रियलाइज्ड अल्फा? रियलाइज्ड अल्फा का मतलब क्या होता है कि व्हाट यू अर्नड प्लस व्हाट वाज योर एक्सपेक्टेशन। आपने अर्न क्या किया? आपने अर्न किया -3.55 और आपकी एक्सपेक्टेशन कितनी थी कि वो पॉजिटिव में जाएगा 8.77 फॉर द एनुअल ईयर। तो उसका यहाँ पे दिया हुआ है वीकली बेसिस पे 1.61 आपकी वो थी 0.161। तो आपने 3 वीक का आपका एक्सपेक्टेशन भी मीट नहीं हुआ। आपने सोचा था कि ये प्राइस बढ़ेगा, प्राइस आगे जाएगा, तो आपका एक्सपेक्टेशन था जब इन्वेस्ट किया तो 8.7% आपका एक्सपेक्टेशन था, बट आपने वो एक्सपेक्टेशन आपकी पूरी नहीं हुई। तो आपका जो अपॉर्चुनिटी लॉस हुआ इस शेयर में डालने से पैसा, वो कितना हुआ? 0.161 इंटू 3 वीक्स। तो अगर मैं इसको टोटल करूंगा तो मेरा आएगा -4.04%।
काइंडली रिपीट दिस।
यस मैम। तो रियलाइज अल्फा का मतलब क्या होता है कि आपने जो लॉस किया है वो, या आपने जो प्रॉफिट किया है वो, प्लस आपने जो रियलाइज नहीं किया, आपकी जो एक्सपेक्टेशन थी वो भी उसमें ऐड हो जाता है। आपकी एक्सपेक्टेशन क्या थी? व्हाट एज अ इन्वेस्टर व्हाट वाज योर एक्सपेक्टेशन कि कंपनी ये कंपनी में पैसा डालूंगा तो 8.7% एनुअल रिटर्न्स मेरे को जरूर मिलेंगे। ओके तो आपकी वीकली एक्सपेक्टेशन कितनी थी? 0.161 आपकी वीकली एक्सपेक्टेशन थी। आपने 3 वीक अगर होल्ड किया तो आपने सोचा था 0.161 इंटू 3 तो आपको अर्न करना ही चाहिए, बट आपने वो तो नहीं अर्न किया, बट यू एंडेड अप इन अ लॉस ऑल्सो। इंस्टेड ऑफ इवन अर्निंग इट यू एंडेड अप इन लॉस ऑल्सो। तो व्हाट वाज योर टोटल वर्चुअल लॉस, जो बोलते हैं व्हाट वी कॉल्ड इट एज वर्चुअल लॉस, वाज द लॉस दैट यू हैव इंकर्ड प्लस व्हाट वाज द एक्सपेक्टेशन मिसमैच दैट you had expected the profits, the share will go up, so your expectation was you will get 0.161 into 3, but here your share went down, so the realized loss plus the unrealized loss is the realized alpha of the share, that is minus 3.5% and 0.161 into 3 months, 3 weeks, so that is 0.404.
Okay,
So,
one thing,
3.5
नीरज जी,
दोनों चीजें क्यों नहीं चाहिए?
सर एक एक करके बोलिए ना, आई एम अनेबल टू हियर।
यस प्लीज आप बोलिए सर पहले।
Sorry, 3.55 is a minus figure, and why this point? Because in your formula you are saying the already incurred loss plus what was the expected?
Plus, it is not virtually plus. अगर आप यहाँ पे देखिए, this is the expectation loss. This is the if you would not have invested this money in this particular share, then you would have invested in somewhere else where you could have earned 8.7%. So that is unrealized loss. The realized loss is 3.55. Unrealized loss आपका कितना हुआ? That is 0.161 into 3 weeks.
So that will be minus.
Yes.
See, what he wants to say is you have written this plus what was your expectation?
So see, if your plus expectation means I should have not written plus, I should have written minus, because this is a loss ka sum. This is a sum where everything is in loss, so I should have written it in minus. My mistake. It should have been written in minus.
And here at the top of it, the required return on IDFC Bank security was 8.7% and
Yes.
annual basis.
Yes.
And 0.161% on weekly basis.
Yes.
So this 8.7% divided by 52 weeks, right?
Sir, it has been given to me directly in the sum 1.6.
Calculate.
0.161.
If you divide it by 52 weeks, it is coming at 0.167.
Yeah, but it is given to me in the sum as 0.161, so I will take it at 161 and I will use that.
Okay, right.
Weekly basis.
How we get the 3.55%? Is it by 2.96 divided by 72.08? 3.55%.
3.55% is 2.56 divided by 72.08.
I'm not getting it. I don't know. Okay.
2.56 divided by 72.08.
Yes, getting it.
3.5. Okay. Now going to the last sum for today. So coming to the last sum, which is one of the simplest sum, but at one point of time, this sum went crazy. Okay, matlab, I remember I had given the examination in month of October, and in October this sum came up, and it came up like a crazy thing. Okay, matlab, everybody, every question, every examination, every student was getting this particular sum. Okay, now what is the surprise element of this sum? If you will ask me, this is a very easy sum. It is one of the most simplest sum that you can get, but maximum amount of members, including me also, we made error in this sum because we always missed one particular common sense fact which we always missed. Okay, so let's try to solve this and understand what was that common sense wala factor that we generally end up missing. So
October, which year?
October 20.
October 20. How much did you get? May I ask?
I got exactly 60, sir.
Okay.
Okay, I got exactly 60.50, and I was the most happy person looking at 60. Okay, because
Right.
for me it was a day before that when I gave the examination. Exam went very well, but there was a server issue in Bombay, and my entire paper got cancelled.
Okay.
So, and the next day
If the person like you having so much knowledge gets only 60.5,
Sir, I will tell you.
what about the people like
No, sir, I will tell you, I have developed a lot of interest and knowledge after passing the examination. Okay, I did
Okay.
not have so much interest in valuation before I gave the examination. I
Right.
developed because I am teaching in a RVO from last 7 months now. Okay, I have went through the entire books, multiple different books, IVF and all, and now I am comfortable with teaching valuation. But when I
Right.
was giving the examination, I was not this comfortable.
Right.
And if you honestly, if you tell me to give the examination now, I will tell I don't want to give the examination. I can't manage those MCQs once again.
Right.
Yeah. So
You will get 110 marks now.
no, sir, not possible, sir. I will not appear only, sir. If anybody comes up and tells me, I will say I don't want to appear. So Akanksha Limited purchased a call option. So here also they have purchased a call option. Call option ka matlab, what do you mean by call option? Strike your share price minus K should be greater than 0. That is the time when you will execute it. Okay, expiring at the end of 6 months for ₹10. 10 rupees is the premium that you have paid. 10 rupees is the premium that you have paid. Okay, and the strike price of the same is 150. So K has been given to you as 150. Okay. Following are the prices expected based on the probability of the 6 months. So here they have given you the probability of the prices after 6 months. First question that they've asked is calculate the expected price at the expiry of the option. So expected price agar mere ko calculate karna hai, I will name this column A, B. Expected price, if I have to calculate, my answer will be A multiplied by B. Okay, तो ये कितना होगा 12 रुपीज, ये कितना होगा 28 रुपीज, ये कितना होगा 16 इंटू 0.4 40 रुपीज, ये 36 रुपीज, एंड ये होगा आपका 200 इंटू 0.25 दैट विल बी 50 रुपीज. अगर आप इसको जोड़ेंगे तो कितना आएगा, कोई बताएगा? 166 आएगा, आई थिंक सो. Still I remember.
66 is okay.
Correct. So my expected price of the share is going to be 166. Okay. Now the second question, which is the most critical here, is calculate the expected value of the option at the expiry of the period. So at this stage, what you will have to do is you will have to first find out whether you are going to execute that option or not going to execute that option. So a lot of students, what they do is they just try to multiply everything. Okay, at all the level, they try to calculate the value, what answer most of the students will give.
Expected value. I think
yes.
the answer.
So what maximum student end up doing is 166 minus 150, that is 16. Okay, and honestly speaking, 16 will be the answer in one of the 4 options also. So this will, but this is not the correct way of doing it. Here you will have to first calculate S minus K. आपको यहाँ पे टेस्ट करना पड़ेगा whether you are going to execute this option or you are not going to execute this option. So at price of 120, will you execute the option? Your strike price is 150 and your market price is 120. Will you execute the option?
No.
You will not execute the option. So value of the option will be 0. At 140, will you execute the option? No, the value of the option will be 0. At 160, yes, I will execute the option. My value will be 10 rupees. At 180, I will execute. My option value will be 30 rupees. And at 200, I will execute. My option value will be 50 rupees. So now I will multiply this multiplied by the probability. Then I will get the answer. So 20 multiplied by 0.25, sorry, 10, this by 0.20 and this by 0.25. So that will come to how much? 2.5? 6.
The first one you have multiplied by 0.25. Okay. Second one by 0.2.
0.2 सर, ये वाला 180 into this. वो थोड़ा ऊपर हो गया नीचे में, मैं आपको एक्सेल पे करके दिखा देता हूँ. So your answer will come at
नीरज जी, सर 160 पे ऑप्शन अगर एक्सरसाइज करते हैं तो अल्टीमेटली तो 10 रुपए प्रीमियम डाल के उसको बराबर ब्रेक इवन ही बनेगा.
मैम देखिए, आपको यहाँ पे एक चीज, आप जब कॉल ऑप्शन पुट ऑप्शन का जब ये हम लोग सम सॉल्व करते हैं ना, वन ऑफ द अजम्पशन दैट वी ऑलवेज टेक इज जो आपका प्रीमियम जो होता है ना, दैट इज योर संक कॉस्ट, बिकॉज दैट यू हैव इंकर्ड इरिस्पेक्टिव यू आर गोइंग टू एग्जीक्यूट और नॉट गोइंग टू एग्जीक्यूट. ओके, अगर आपने एग्जीक्यूट करना भी है नहीं भी करना है तो भी आपका जो 10 रुपीज आपने प्रीमियम दिया है वो तो खर्चा हो ही गया है ना.
पहले तो दे दिया आपने.
हाँ, अगर आपको प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस कैलकुलेट करने के लिए अगर बोला गया ऑप्शन का, तब वो 10 रुपीज मायने रखता है. बट अगर वैल्यू ऑफ ऑप्शन, इट इज टिल द टाइम इट इज आस्किंग यू टू कैलकुलेट वैल्यू ऑफ द ऑप्शन, वैल्यू ऑफ द ऑप्शन विल ऑलवेज बी योर मार्केट प्राइस माइनस द के. योर वैल्यू ऑफ द ऑप्शन विल बी दैट ओनली. Okay, so if I add these three, my answer will be 12.5
21
plus 6 plus 2.5. My answer will be 21 rupees. Okay, so second ka answer will be 21 rupees. Third question is, what would be the value of the option at the expiry if the price of the share is 160? So if my market price of the share is 160 and my strike price is 150, then what is the value of option? Rupees 10 is the value of the option in that case. So here my value will be 10 rupees. If they would have asked to calculate the profit and loss if the strike price is 160, then then it will be 0. Then your would be 0 rupees. Okay, so I will just summarize call option for all of you in one small way, so that you guys are comfortable with call option when you look at the
क्वेश्चन नंबर, इसमें क्वेश्चन नंबर 3 में हमने ऑप्शन में वो जैसे आपने ऊपर वो प्रोबेबिलिटी के साथ किया, इसमें क्यों नहीं किया हमने?
सर ये अलग है, ये तीसरा क्वेश्चन इज नॉट अ पार्ट ऑफ द प्रोबेबिलिटी. यहाँ पे क्या बोला हुआ है, यू आर डायरेक्टली दे हैव गिवन द मार्केट प्राइस ऑफ द शेयर इज 160.
सर इसमें एक क्वेश्चन ऐसा भी जीरो वाला भी एक है, ये प्रोबेबिलिटी आंसर 160 जो है ना, one more एक क्वेश्चन है, ऐसा चौथा क्वेश्चन भी शायद तो 160 वाला है, the answer should be 0 over
that is what I'm saying. If they ask you to calculate the profit and loss, okay, if they ask you to calculate the profit and loss out of this entire deal, then your answer will be 0, because 10 rupees you are gaining and 10 rupees you have paid as premium, then your answer will be 0. If they ask you to calculate, see, there are two different terminologies, sir. The one is valuation of the value of the option. Value of the option is 10 rupees. But profit and loss of the entire deal is 0 rupees, because 10 rupees is what you are gaining and 10 rupees that you are spending it for the taking this option.
1 minute, Neeraj, my connection was lost. My question is, in this S minus K multiplied by P column, you have multiplied 10 by 0.25, which is the probability here, multiplied by 30 multiplied by 0.1. Is this
this is 0.20, sir? It is 0.20.
Oh, it is 0.20. Okay, then it is. And how have you calculated this 21? Is the total of this?
Total of this.
Right. And the third question, my connection was lost actually. Third
question is, what is this? This is the answer. My market price of the share they have given. If the market price of the share is 160 and the strike price is 150, then what is the value of option? This minus this is 10 rupees is the value of option. Now, say for example, if they would have given that, let's take three situations. Okay. Market price of the share. Okay. Right now, the situation they gave you was 160. So you told 160 versus 150, and that's why the value of option is rupees 10. Now I tell you, say for example, market price of the share was 150. Okay, then what would be the value of option? 0 rupees.
0.
If I tell you, who told minus 10? Value of the option, value of the options negative kabhi nahi hoga. Please remember it as a thumb rule. Okay, always remember it as thumb rule. Value of the option will never be negative. It can be 0 but never be negative.
It was profit and loss.
Yes, profit and loss can be negative. Correct, ma'am. Okay, if the market price of the share is 130 and your option is 150, then what will be the value of share?
0.
Value of option?
0. Sorry.
Value of option will be 0.
It should be 0. Yes.
Correct, because always remember, this is the thumb rule of remembering options, that option ka value. Okay, there are two things. One is option ka value and one is the profit and loss of the option. Profit and loss can be negative, but option ka value will never be negative. Okay, always remember option ka value will never be negative. इस पोजीशन को क्या बोलते हैं हम लोग? इस पोजीशन को हम लोग बोलते हैं इन द मनी पोजीशन. इस पोजीशन को हम लोग क्या बोलते हैं? एट द मनी पोजीशन. एंड इसको हम लोग बोलते हैं आउट ऑफ द मनी पोजीशन. ओके, ये तीन डिफरेंट पोजीशंस होती है. इसके बेसिस पे आप एनालिसिस करते हैं कि आपको ऑप्शन में इन्वेस्ट करना है कि नहीं करना है. दीज आर द थ्री डिफरेंट पोजीशंस. आपको
ITM, ATM एंड OTM.
यस, ITM, ATM एंड OTM.
नीरज जी, मुझे थोड़ा सा दोबारा एक बार बता दीजिएगा,
किस चीज
2 नंबर 3 नंबर में क्या डिफरेंस है? जैसे 2 नंबर में हमने पूछा था एक्सपेक्टेड वैल्यू.
आपके साथ देखिए, आप पढ़िए, कैलकुलेट द एक्सपेक्टेड वैल्यू ऑफ ऑप्शन. तो आपको एक्सपेक्टेड वैल्यू पूछा उन्होंने. एक्सपेक्टेड वैल्यू क्या मतलब होता है? जहां से आपको प्रोबेबिलिटी के साथ मल्टीप्लाई करके आपको एक्सपेक्टेड वैल्यू कैलकुलेट करनी है. एंड दैट इज व्हाई यू आर मल्टीप्लाइंग एवरीथिंग विद द प्रोबेबिलिटी एंड यू आर कैलकुलेटिंग वैल्यू ऑफ ऑप्शन व्हिच इज दिस सेल. Okay. The third question that I have asked you is, what would be the value of option if at expiry price of the share is directly given to you as 160? If at expiry the market price of share is 160, then what is the value? Then now they are not telling you to recalculate the option value. They are not telling, they are not telling you to recalculate the price. They are telling you, we are giving you the price. Tell us that what is the value of the option. So 160 minus 150 is the value of the option.
अरे सर, आप कहते क्या मिस्टेक करी थी, क्या अंडरस्टैंडिंग थी जो आप बता रहे थे?
Sir, what was the maximum people doing? They were answering 166 minus 150, 16 rupees is the answer. Okay, and I was also one of them only who answered it as 16 rupees only. And then I was watching some other video from which I realized that no, this is not a correct way of dealing with it. Correct way of dealing with it is by calculating whether I will be executing the option or not executing the option, and then only the prices can be calculated.
Neeraj, is this case study file different from the one which you have already shared before?
No, sir. This is the exactly same file which is there in the group. I had shared 2 files. First file was which did not have all the questions. There was some problem in my PDF conversion. But the second file that I had shared was with all the entire 31 pages. If you want, I will reshare this same file today also on the group.
That will be great. Thank you.
Yeah, I will do that, sir. Okay. So it's already 6:30, so I'm shutting down the recording now and closing the meeting. So if anybody has